and 9, all out of the Sedgefield 5 o'clock. Our next race coming up fairly soon. There'll be when we go back to Southwell. That's a real dismal old day there. The rain coming down, misty, and runners making their way down to the start in a moment. One or two of them just leaving the parade ring there at Southwell for our next race coming up then at 3:40. And multiple absentees there as well. In fact, we've got an extra one now. Mountain Ranger, we didn't have that before, is also out. So non-runners numbers 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 9 and 10. So initially there were 13 runners. There's just 6 of them left now. So just 6 runners. There is a jockey change as well. Adam Nicol now rides the bottom on number 13, Epsom Day Mott. So that's a jockey change. Well, given that we had an extra non-runner there, just like we have a chance, 4:10 race. There is a non-runner there, Book of Invasions. Amazingly, just the one non-runner. And in the 4:40, just the one there as well, number 5, Go to Court. So they're both absentees as well. But as I say, multiple non-runners out of this 3:40 now for some reason. Let's have a look at the betting though. Just the 6 of them to tell you about. And it is Evans Trapper Peak, Super Efficient on 4-1. Just Call Me Al, well that's gone out to 13-2. 7-1 for Right Destination. 8-1 Applause, and Epsom Day Mott with that jockey change. Adam Nicol now 33-1 is the way the betting looks. So that's the way it is on the contest. As I say, the runners are just making their way down to the start at the moment. So not a great deal happening just yet. So hopefully we'll get them down to the start. We're going to have maybe a look at the runners in due course for the contest. Even money for Trapper Peak. And now the runners just at the post for the contest.
This event will start in 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
So this Trapper Peak has just got odds on now, 10-11. And the betting for Justin Landy and Billy Garrity. Justin Landy stable at fancied runner earlier on today. That was up at Sedgefield. Remember Jack's Light, who ran at the 2 o'clock race at Sedgefield? That was strongly fancied. Was the favourite for the first race. It ran well, but could only finish in 3rd place. But the trainer casting his net a little bit wider then in search of a win on the day. This is having its first run for him. Used to be with Steph Canary.
10 seconds.
Actually won up at Sedgefield in January. And then followed up with an easy win at Catterick. It's gone up in the weights, obviously, for new connections. So I'm not sure whether they're going to expect instant dividends, but the market suggests as much, given that he's odds on, Trapper Peak. 217 days off the track, though, in testing conditions. Becky Smith actually rode it to victory at Catterick, funnily enough. Becky Smith rode Justin Landy's Jack's Light into 3rd place earlier on. While she's up there, of course, Billy Garrity can take £5 off the back of Trapper Peak. So, absent since February and £11 more on its back. That's a short price, all things being considered. Super Efficient, of course. That's the monarchy you could label it. Dan Skelton, he and Harry teamed up with the previous winners today, Diarmaid Demott. So, Super Efficient, 4-1 here. This race over the extended 2.5 miles doesn't quite seem to finish strongly. So the slight drop back in distance today should be in its favour. Finished 3rd at Worcester on the 1st of September. So it's got the fitness edge, this mare. I think Super Efficient of 4-1. You can certainly take Trapper Peak on at those sort of odds and hope for the best. We'll find out anyway, because at Southwell the runners are down there now at the start, just walking forward. This race over the extended 2.5 miles, just the 6 runners now then with all those absentees. Good luck with your bets. The flag comes down, we're ready.
And racing. Well, the tapes are back and the flag is down. Only now have they decided to get past the starting point. Very, very slowly away. Nobody keen to kick on here in the Sky Sports Racing Virgin 535 handicap hurdle. 11 flights of hurdles to get over, and Trapper Peak has taken the open invitation to come through and lead here in the hands of Billy Garrity. To Applause, the blue headgear, in second as they crawl towards the first flight of hurdles. Trapper Peak and Applause, these two. They're followed by Epsom Day Mott, the sheepskin noseband, racing on his own in third position. Then in fourth spot we have Right Destination in the red and yellow colours, followed then by Super Efficient, and right at the rear of the field is Just Call Me Al in the yellow and dark blue colours. But they are still ambling through the early stages of this race, and it's Trapper Peak in the blue cap who leads them by a length and a half. To in second position Applause, followed then by Epsom Day Mott and Right Destination for Fergal O'Brien and Paddy Brennan in those yellow and red colours, followed then by Super Efficient for the Skeltons, and then right at the back of the field, Just Call Me Al, with Joe Williamson taking off £7. Making their way down the far side in this 2.5 mile contest. Fair to say the track record's not under threat here, and it's Trapper Peak who leads by about half a length to Applause, who's racing in second. Epsom Day Mott is third. Trapper Peak, as they come towards this flight now, to in second position Applause. A nice jump from Trapper Peak there, less so from Applause. Epsom Day Mott, the Diamonds, got away from that flight of hurdles well, and then Right Destination, and then at the back of the field at the moment, Super Efficient and Just Call Me Al, as they take the second one over on the far side. And again, Trapper Peak hurdling well, the slow tempos not interfering with his hurdling technique as they come to the next. Trapper Peak popped over nicely, Epsom Day Mott in second. Applause in third, red cap of Right Destination in fourth, Super Efficient last but one, and Just Call Me Al is right at the back of the field. So they make their way out of the back straight very shortly, and it's Trapper Peak who, since that very slow start, has grabbed initiative in this race and leads, still by about a length or so, to Epsom Day Mott, the diamond jacket in second, blue headgear of Applause, the yellow and black colours, just sharing that spot now at Epsom Day Mott. Gap of a length and a half to Right Destination, who is in turn 2 lengths clear of Just Call Me Al, and Super Efficient has just been relegated to last, but is still very much within hailing distance as they begin to make the turn into the home straight. Still well over a circuit to go, and it's Trapper Peak, who hasn't run for a while, but that form from both those recent, I won't say recent, last season's races at Sedgefield and Catterick would give him a pretty solid chance here just on that alone. And at the moment, the fact he's had a long time off the track doesn't appear to be causing him any problems at all. He skipped over that nicely to in second position Applause, followed then by Epsom Day Mott and then Right Destination. Just Call Me Al is pulling rather hard, and Super Efficient is at the back of the field. So they're making their way down towards what will be the final flight in a circuit's time, and it's the grey colours with the blue cap of Trapper Peak, who's still out in front in the hands of Billy Garrity. Got in a bit tight to that one, but fiddled his way over nicely. Epsom Day Mott, the Diamonds, in second. Then Applause, followed then by Just Call Me Al, who's pulled his way into fourth position. They're then followed by Right Destination, and then at the back of the field, the mare Super Efficient. So they've passed us, just under a circuit left to go now, and they're still a very well grouped up field, as by rights they should be, given the pedestrian nature of the gallop. And it's Trapper Peak who leads by about 3/4 of a length. To in second position Epsom Day Mott, followed then round the outer in third by Applause, who's taken that turn quite wide. Then Just Call Me Al in the predominantly yellow jacket, then the stripes of Right Destination and Super Efficient. Harry Skelton happy to survey this race from the rear of the field, as he was on Diomed Day Mott in the previous contest. So as they make their way down the far side for the final time, 5 more flights left of hurdles left to jump, and it's Trapper Peak who comes to this one in front. Saw a big stride, got over it well. Epsom Day Mott jumped it in second. Applause just nudged along for a stride or two after that flight. Right Destination getting up the inside. Just Call Me Al continues to get closer. Super Efficient at the back of the field. Over the middle one down the far side again. Good jump by the leader. Right Destination just nudged along. Just Call Me Al is moving menacingly now alongside Applause in the blue headgear. Trapper Peak, though, still in front as it took the final flight down the far side. Just Call Me Al in second. Applause now driven along. Right Destination, the red cap, gets a little bit closer. Super Efficient has got plenty of cover, and that one too just makes a bit of a forward move as we begin to lose Epsom Day Mott, who's now struggling as they make their way out of the back straight for the final time. And it's Trapper Peak who leads by half a length. To Just Call Me Al in second. Applause round the outside in third. Driven along Right Destination is now followed by Super Efficient, who continues to creep a little bit closer closer, but coming wide to do so. They're making the turn for home. 2 more flights of hurdles left to jump. Still plenty of running to do, though. A little bit over 3 furlongs. And it's Trapper Peak trying to overcome this long absence, but he's going well at the moment. Here now comes the mare, though, Super Efficient. She moves well into second, followed then by Applause in third. Down towards the second last flight of hurdles they come. Trapper Peak, the leader, again got a good jump. Super Efficient the near side. A faller there just called me out towards the rear of the field. Applause is sticking on the blue headgear as they make this long run between the second last and the final flight of hurdles. Trapper Peak on the sharp end throughout. Super Efficient has travelled strongly and now moves alongside. Applause isn't done with yet either. Inside the final furlong they go. Trapper Peak still just about the leader, but attacked on every side. Trapper Peak the final flight. The Super Efficient the near side. Then Applause on the far. Inside the final half furlong they go. Trapper Peak finding a bit more. Applause finishing strongly. Up towards the line they go. Trapper Peak, Applause is going to be tight. Oh, it's very close. Trapper Peak the near side. Applause finishing really well. Super Efficient didn't find a great deal. Long gap back to right destination.
And that is what you call a tight photo. It really is. Trapper Peak had been up there throughout, along with Applause, who came on the scene. Alan Corley was getting to work on Mickey Hammond's chart to try and draw level. Super Efficient had been held up at the back by Harry Skelton. He was getting there with every stride between the final two, but he was the first one of the trio that was left, so to speak. The other two have gone on in the final 50 yards. I can't split them, really can't. Trapper Peak on the near side and Applause on the far side. They literally have gone past together. So just looking at the slow motion replay as they've landed over the last, and that was where Super Efficient just didn't quite quicken with the other two. And Trapper Peak and Billy Garrity on the near side, joined by Alan Corley on the far side, literally right on the rail, on the line there. Difficult to say which way round this is going to go. One thing I'm glad to report that Gillian Bonas has just called me Al is up okay, and Joe Williamson, the jockey, likewise. But what has won this extremely tight contest then? We're just waiting for confirmation now. SPs in the photo will Trapper Peak. And the SPs of the photo is the 4-5 favourite, and that Applause was a much bigger price at 10-1 in the SPs in the photo. They're calling it now, and it's the favourite. Trapper Peak has won it. Well, I'm just looking at the replay again, and just as they crossed the line there, it was impossible to say which way round that is really with the naked eye. But by the wonders of technology, they have called it, and have you've backed the favourite. You've scrambled home by the narrowest of margins. Trapper Peak then the winner. Let's tidy up the result now. Southwell 340, first number 8 Trapper Peak 4-5 favourite, and second number 3 Applause 10-1.